Welcome to Spoonful of Om's mini calm class with Gina. Bringing the knees in toward the chest, wrapping your arms around the shins. And tuck your chin and lift your head up, bring your nose toward your knees. And then inhale as you lower your head and shoulders down to the floor. Reach your arms overhead, bring the feet to the ground, palms face up toward the ceiling. Feet are maybe hip distance apart. And start to bring your thumb toward your pinky finger and hold here. Back of the hand is to the ground. Your arms can be wide or close in toward your head. And then start to open the hand up and bring the thumb toward your ring finger. Just tap it. Inhale to open back up. Exhale, thumb toward your middle finger. And inhale to open, thumb toward your index finger. And inhale to open. Pinky finger. And open. Ring finger. And open. Middle finger. And open. And index finger. And open. From here, let your right knee move in toward the chest, pull the lower back to the floor. Keep the arms overhead for a moment. Notice the back and its shift. And then start to wrap your arms around your right shin. You can flex the foot so the toes draw back toward the shin, or you can keep the toes pointed. Feel the belly button draw down toward the spine. Engage the core as you compress that area of the body. The leg might be able to move in a little bit closer. And then tuck your chin, lift your head up, bring your nose toward your right knee. Option to stay here or extend your left leg forward toward the front. And same options of pointing the feet or flexing the feet here, whichever feels best for you. And then inhale as you lower your head and shoulders to the floor. If your left leg is straight, bend your left knee so the left foot comes down to the floor. Bring the hands to the back of your right knee. Flex the foot if it's pointed. And start to circle the knee just as much as the arms will allow. Like you have a big pot and you're stirring it. And then go around in the other direction. Bring your attention to any sensation you feel in the joint of the hip. And then point through the toes and keep circling. And move in the other direction. And bringing the knee back to center. Release that interlace of the hands. Left hand can reach out to the side. Right hand can come to your right knee. Flex the right foot again and then move the right knee out to the right side. So it's not going to come all the way down. It probably won't come all the way down to the floor. But just let your right hand guide it and make sure it's kind of supporting the knee and the leg on the right side. And then coming back to center. Release the right foot down to the floor. And then keep the heels where they are. Your arms can be out to the side. They can be on your belly. That doesn't really matter. But keep the heels where they are. You're going to pretend that you want to draw the heels back. So as if you're pulling the heels against the floor, engaging the muscles of the leg and the knee, engaging the hamstring. So as if you wanted to pull the heels back toward the thighs, but they're sticking to your mat. You're just kind of digging them in. And then release. And one more time, dig the heels down and in toward the mat. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And one more time, dig the heels in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. And then bring the left knee in toward the chest. Interlace the hands around the knee. Notice the back and how it shifts, pointing or flexing the left foot. Tuck your chin as you lift your head up, bring your nose towards your left knee. Option to stay here or straighten your right leg out, and the right toes can be pointed or flexed, but being the same as whatever the left foot is doing. And then inhale as you nice and gently lower your head and shoulders down. Pull the right heel back in so the right knee bends. And then take your hands underneath to the thighs and start to move that left knee around in a circle. Again, you can flex the foot or point to the toes, and then we'll change it. And then going in the opposite direction. And if your foot is flexed, then point it. If it's pointed, then flex it. And then move the knee the opposite way. And then releasing the interlace of the hands, bringing the left knee back to center. Right arm reaches out to the right side. Then start to open the knee out to the left as you flex the foot toes, drawing back toward the shin. Hand is supporting the leg, so you're not just letting it sink or drop into the hip. And then inhale as you come back to center, lower the left foot down to the floor, hands come back onto your belly. And just like before, we're going to dig our heels in and back as if we wanted to pull the heels toward the backs of the thighs, but our foot doesn't really go anywhere on the mat. So start to pull them back and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release for a moment. And dig in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And again, dig in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Bring the right knee in and then your left, wrapping your arms around the shins. Tuck your chin in and lift your head up. Bring your nose toward your knees. And then inhale as you lower your head and shoulders down to the floor. Extend your legs out long toward the front of the mat. Point through the toes and start to reach your arms overhead as you reach through the fingertips. Reach the arms out nice and long and let your toes reach forward. And then keep reaching through the fingertips as you flex the feet. Draw the toes back toward your shins. And as you do that, try not to lift the heels off the floor. So you don't want to overextend in the back of the knees. You just want the feet flexed so they're drawing toward the shins. But just be careful with the joint. And then on your next exhale, draw the lower back toward the ground. Knees come back in toward the chest. Hands come to the backs of the thighs. 2 options. If you want to rock yourself up and down and roll a little bit, you can. If you want, you can roll yourself to the side and use your top arm to press yourself up to sit.